I think.
Contact with hostile.
All right, we're going straight into game number 1 and joining on board with Team Razer, who are taking trials right now. And they've got some great loot already. I don't know if you guys were able to see at home, but as you can see, Hakulo is already sitting on that gold armor, and I believe they got a gold backpack over towards Muffins. So a great start for Razer, who, when they can play for the late game, they can play incredibly strong, Tom.
Yeah, Trial's one of the most OP spots in the game. Surprised that it's still untouched, guaranteed golds. Not surprised that they don't even have a gold helmet throughout all that too. But yeah, we'll see what they do with Muffins. I like the pregame show talking about what he's going to be able to bring to the table. I think that he's got a lot of experience under his belt in terms of the shot calling, and I believe this all started because.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, like, when we talk about Muffins, just that he's been in the scene since day number 1, one of the earliest signed pros with Fnatic, along with his brother, iShiny, who is, of course, playing on Complexity. NPL getting themselves into a fight, though, over here by Hot Springs right now as Bambino is getting some decent damage off, and it looks like Rare Excellence are out. A team that we know typically that like to get aggressive and take the fights in the early game, going down early, so NPL will pick those up as we do have a small gander at what the next zone is going to be, and it looks like it is going to be pulling over here towards staging. We'll see, get a better view of it in just a moment right now. NPL still in the thick of things currently, as Bambino does have to get behind some cover for the time being as the rest of his team does join them. But it looks like they'll be happy to hold on to the bridge for now. And Bambino, throws down that bubble to pick up the loot from below. That's going to be Keon's Rare Excellence and Blur Flavors there. So the gold armor going on over to him. Intel, though, is our newest team to join Series E. Find themselves in a fight over at the north side of Sorting Factory right now as Six throws in that thermite, connects onto the door, so he will be able to grief that for now. They get the scan, showing off exactly where they are. Six just trying to pre-fire that door with that charge rifle. He's still sitting on a white Evo currently. And so Team Intel, not with the best of loot right now, as Panders is trying to find a way in, Tom.
Hopefully my mic doesn't sound like it's from the dollar store, so it's actually not, I promise you. So we do have a little Sword Factory fight going on over here. Six should be charging on that.
Yeah, and here it is, Six dropping down now. They're trying to recover Panders at this point. Metro taking the fight, but no, he goes down. The bubble fight's just a bit too hard for Six, and it's going to be Team Pop-Tarts taking the team fight win. We're already down to 16 squads total here, as zone number 1 is closing on up. And Pop-Tarts, it doesn't look like they were able to pop a scan as well, but they'll have the opportunity. It looks like there is a beacon available inside Sorting Factory, but as the ring does pull away, they can pull that in. Of course, this composition, they're running the Bloodhound along with the Gibraltar, so they're already set to try and fight on the edge. They've already got some early game kills as well, so this composition paying off already, dividends for them. They haven't hit the top 15 quite yet. One more team has to go down before we start getting into placement territory, and it looks like, yeah, that's exactly what Popper's going to do. They're going to go ahead and jump on over towards that beacon, scan that up as Team Cheez-It are taking a fight, pushing into a bubble. Rakanishu is still full health. There's a Caustic on the other side, but the nerves, you can see the damage not quite there, but Pride, he had that PK, was only able to get the knock onto Rakanishu. Team Cheez-It will survive. Now as we join on board with Turtle Club, which is a combination of Cooler, and of course you got K Swinney on there, and Rambo playing from NA, excuse me. Rambo gets that knock, gets the instant thirst as well. Defensive bombardment has gone down. The bubble will keep them safe throughout all of that as they go for the reset and control the southwest side of the zone currently. Now on the hunt for the rest of this squad as they are setting up the crossfire coming in from behind. Case Swinney will just tank all of that as they will pick up that kill onto Pickles. So Turtle Club picking up 2 KP there. And now they're going to have to move in with the zone as we join back on board with Team Pop-Tarts. We're now over here on the southeast side of the zone. Defensive bombardment has gone down as Impulsive Dream, he's getting closer to that Beast of the Hunt. He's 30% off, but the team playing on the fence right now are completely falling back. That's going to be Stomps throwing in the defensive bombardment coming in for the right side flank as well. He will just go ahead and rejoin his team. Going down with the scans now. They want to try and challenge this all from the same angle here as the Arcstar comes in, but the third party, Lucas, has to pop that Q and get to the safety of his squad. They have to call it on this fight, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Impulsive Dream, he holds the line for the squad to just buy more time for Lucas to heal up.
We'll see if my mic is actually working out.
Hey!
I actually streams go on my personal stream, so yeah, I have a decent idea of what's going on in this game. One thing's for sure is I would not want to mess with the EU team that is coming through and going through and just slapping everybody. That's one of the best open teams that we have. So we'll see if Pop-Tarts is going to be able to survive from Team Applejacks. You can see the push going through, and already losing a player just means they have to dip out. So smart play by Lucas and Impulse. We'll see if they're going to be able to recover that banner. Most likely going to get camped though, and they're going to play this fence. This fence is a super popular area, and we know when these teams are playing edge, they're going to be stuck down here. So here comes the third party. Nades coming in from Aves, and this is a full team coming over towards the side, but nasty nade and good burst coming in.
Yeah, they already forced out the bubble here, but it's going to be a full reset coming up from either side. It looks like a Nox gas grenade was tossed in, but Team Applejacks just completely back away from that one for now as Roll just has to re-heal currently. Oh boy, big damage onto one, but it's enough for Aves to find the off angle here, and it looks like quite possibly even the third party coming out now from Pop-Tarts as they get the knock onto Nacho. And so that's Team Jan, or Gan, excuse me. We're having a GIF debate here over his name now, but it will be Team Applejacks to pick all of that up, picking up the loot as well. And Pop-Tarts, we still don't know if they were able to recover that banner.
That could have been an opportunity while the third party was happening to weasel their way through, but I don't think they did. They most likely just dipped out, went rotation over towards High Tree side, came through over towards Thermal Station. And if they did, that was probably the sneakiest banner grab of all time. But great job by Aves. He's playing Wraith really, really well. And there's really no worry here with just this round 2 closing and plenty of loot to go around. So Applejack's going to continue to rotate over towards the edge. We'll find out where this zone is going to get. If we can get a scan on round 4, that's going to be great. But NPL gatekeeping over towards the side. Draco's busting out the Pathfinder. I cannot wait to play Pathfinder now that low profile is gone.
Yeah, they're playing Wraithless, by the way, and with that Pathfinder as well. And we just, I just noticed that anyhow. But also, Dracos, he's been putting in work. He's got the red Evo shield early on in this game. It's just the second ring closing here, and he's already got that for himself. Might be able to swap that off with Ronnie as he is playing that triple take. He can charge that up from a distance. It's Team Cheese It inside over in the middle of the map right now, in the middle of the zone, as they are calling it for that northwest snake ending. They've got the caustic trap set up for this as well. It's just a matter of trying to find the KP throughout all of that. Team Razer, though, still playing on the edges here. They made their way over from Trials and really just a short distance away now over here at Train. It looks like they do have a team in front of them. Might be waiting on Zera Tricky scan, and there it is. They've got 2 people below them, but they are quite possibly cautious of a team that might be playing tunnel, and yeah, that is why. So they can't take a clean engagement here, Tom.
Problem for Muffins is he doesn't have a long-range weapon right now because it's very tempting to grab that gold energy mag outside of Trials with the Volt, and yeah, it's going to be great, but when you're running out of ammo, you have to be really smart about your fights, so that seems like they're not interested in that one. And you can see that Lucas now making his rotation as expected. They worked their way all around the outside, and you can just see how many actual teams are playing the edge right now. There's almost every single spot on the edge is taken, and Team Razer, like you said, Jamerson, hasn't really moved very far. And this is another very strong spot, though, and it makes sense to just go from strong spot to strong spot without really having much risk. And here's our first rat cam. coming through. It looks like Awkward Turtle. So this is brought to you by Tomcat. If you placed your Apex coins on Awkward Turtle, guess what? You just won.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like the Chinese zodiac over here. We got turtles, we got rats, we got cats. Right now, though, it's going to be Team Razer. They got their claws out as they're going to go ahead and drop on down, cleaning up the remnants of Team Pop-Tarts. As Stomps goes down once again, Muffin wants to find the final member there. The scan does come out from Zara Tricky, and there it is. No rats will be escaping the extermination squad here. He's going to try his best, stuck behind this rock for now. The Muffins, he sees him walking around. He hears him as well. There's another scan, and Lucas will go down. We are now down to our top 13 squads. It looks like Team NPL are in a fight as well as we join on board with them. They're stuck. And they got a team stuck inside the train or outside the train, excuse me. It's going to be on the other side, Team Razer here. Muffins, we'll go ahead and throw out that thermite as a big slide comes in. Dracos, what? That was, I don't know what to say. It's been so long since we've seen a Pathfinder, but that was just the aggressive blink and, not blink, excuse me, swing in there. But they do lose out on Zara Tricky throughout all of that time, and another squad shows up. It looks like it's going to be Mike Lav and company. Nice arc star to slow them down, but Muffin still needs to heal up. He's getting tagged from his left, and he will go down. That's going to be Casper to pick that one up as this circle now pulling on over towards staging away from all the squads. I might have thought it was going to go into the middle of the map there.
Maybe able to portal out right there. But what a job by Casper from the side. Another Pathfinder. Casper plays a very good Pathfinder as well, but just a little bit too aggressive there coming in for Nested Pure Life. And they didn't realize how many teams were actually in the vicinity. So when you play a good team like Team Razer, you can't really just full send like that one. Probably wasn't expecting so much damage to come in as they had the advantage. But nice job by Hakulo. Still has his portal. Still has Muffin's knockdown shield and multiple armor swaps around if he wants to go and do so. But this is basically a 3-on-1 in front of him, and then another 3-on-1 over towards the side if Casper decides that he wants to get involved. Here's the full send. A lot of damage coming through originally. There's the finish from Mike Lav, and Hakulo doing the right play. Even though he does a lot of damage, it looks like he's about to take them all on. He has to dip out. Other two players coming in full shield, so looks like Muffin's not going to be able to get recovered, but you do see Hakulo is in the zone right here as this one starts to squeeze in a little bit.
Yeah, and it's important, especially because we have hit the top 10, and so you'll get more and more placement points. 3 more teams need to go down before we hit the next threshold here. We already know that Razer were able to pick up some early game points as well. Applejack Bell coming in for that third party, but it's a little bit too late as they're able to instantly turn around. Clinical stands right in front of that flatline, and now he is flatlining here as the heartbeats will cease very shortly. Turning around is Rollers with that scan, but now they are the ones stuck inside this train, not able to recover Aves quite yet. Find out if Duke will have his bubble anytime shortly as more nades are getting thrown in here as Rollers has to dip out now. He is the solo left here for his squad. Gets the armor swap onto the gold. So it looks like it was Casper to pick up one of those kills as well. Now we've seen this position before, Tom.
Yeah, he may end up running right into Hakulo, who's hanging out over down towards the bottom. A little bit of deja vu here, but he does realize that he could potentially move in here. There's the finish from Casper, who's just been a nuisance over towards the side with a scout. But tough decision here. Do you go for the res or do you just go and hit the cells? Here comes Refresh Rate taking a lot of zone damage over towards the side. They have to make their way through. You can see the amount of gatekeeping happening, and it's just not going to happen. Team Cruelty, one of our more underrated teams, coming through here as one of our open teams. Almost made it into Series E, but just on the outside looking in, still trying to prove that they're one of the top teams here. They're also in the zone here, Jamerson.
Yeah, they were one of the most consistent teams throughout our qualifiers. If we did have basically what we did in Season 1, where cumulative points earned you a spot as well, they would have made it. But of course, we only had the 4 spots, and it was just every win in the qualifier. That's all it took. Nice part being set up by Moosin, but he does have to back away once again. And, you know, seeing that Watson composition, not able to play the center of his own, it becomes a little bit more difficult, but they do have the pocket here inside this connector area. They've also got scissors. It's been pretty nuts with this Kraber. Misses there, but he backs away for now. He can get a headshot. That's going to be the instant purple for himself. We'll see if he can connect with this.
Yeah, that'll be huge if he can connect. Also has to conserve a little bit of that ammo. You want to be stuck with just the Mastiff here as we take a look at another Rat Cam. It is going to be Hakulo, who is still in that same spot. Eventually going to have to make the rotation. The good thing is Q is up, Portal is up as well. Should rotate through some of these teams and see who's actually in some high ground spots that could potentially win the game. You see that team over on the top hand right side is going to have to move over towards Team Cruelty. It's going to be Team Cheez It over towards the low ground. It looks like they're going to have to make some sort of play without a Gibraltar here. This is one of those Gibby circles where you can see Jamerson. There's a lot of open area.
You know, they were playing center map here. They were hoping that it went over towards Snake, but it did not. Pulled away from them, and now it's just, yeah, like you said, pulling away into the open ground. Hakulo gets himself into a fight, secures top 7. With that, taking out Blueberry Smalls, but oh boy, he's got to be careful. Luckily for him, though, he's got that gold armor, so the heals should come out quicker here as we join back on board with Team Applejacks finishing off Hakulo. He only gets top 7 for his squad. We see a lot of kills for Applejacks as well. It's Team Cheez It now trying to make their way on in. The portal has been used, but they're taking in a lot of gas as well. It is not their own here, as we do have, Team Applejacks now down to a duo. We're in our top 5. 4 squads, excuse me, as it looks like every other squad except for Applejacks is currently healthy, currently playing here on the low ground. Team Cheez is getting pushed as they try to pop that barrel. That barrel's not going to help them from the people above as Prodigy Aces starts popping that Phoenix Kills, Rakanishu to take out Aves, but Bird comes in, takes him out. And now they're just down to a solo as Team Cruelty tries to push up. Scissors is the first in the fight. They do a trade, it looks like, but oh boy, great wingman shots coming out from Moosin as really he's going to be able to pick up all of this, it looks like, going for that wide swing. And now we're down to our top 2 squads getting that res onto Team Cheez It here as they pop that barrel, but they're stuck on the low ground. And as the ring will start closing in about 30 seconds.
Musa just carried that fight for Team Cruelty. The wingman shots are on point. Gonna have to back up though. This is a healthy Team Cheez It team flying in a 3v2 scenario. They know they're weak. Musin doesn't have an opportunity to hit that battery. Now a 3-on-1 scenario. Looks like Team Cheez It should be able to take this one. He does fall down. The generator is there. 2-on-1 over towards the top hand side. Prodigy Aces with the PK. Now everybody works their way over towards the barrel. That's a good play, but Rakanishu trying to get the armor swap. Senpai doing a great job. There's Joey Blackout. Another armor swap coming through. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to survive though. No battery. There's the shots. Team Cheez It taking the game.
That was close. That fall off from the high ground could have ended things for Cheez It there. As you saw, it came down to a 2v1, almost down to a 1v1 before he could rejoin that fight, but they do ultimately clutch it out. As we saw, I believe one of them, Prodigy Aces, might have had about 7 or 8 kills under his belt as well. So this might have been a monstrous game number 1 here for the first day of Series E Season 2 for Team Applejacks. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, but when we get back, we'll have game number 2 of Series E right after this.
I wasn't born in the spotlight. Nah. Had to grind and shine like a star on a hot night. And something about the struggle now resides in my muscles. And every trial and trouble helped to hang my hustle. Real rock stars don't chase the spotlight. It chases them.
What's up guys, I'm Zara Tricky and I play on the Huntsman Mini. It's a 60% keyboard from Razer with its fantastic cutting edge Razer optical switches. Since it's a 60% keyboard, it's super tiny, you can fit it in any backpack, it's super portable, it's really nice for LANs, things like that, hanging out with your friends.
Maybe that's why they call it World's Edge.
Tell multiple knocks coming in for Team Razer, a 2-on-1 situation, and Team Razer is going to take their second game too.
Hi, my name is Zara Tricky.
Yo, what's up? I'm Muffins.
Hey guys, I'm Miss Chocolate. I play Apex Legends for Team Razer.
For Team Razer.
For Team Razer, and you're watching Series E.
welcome back, guys, to Series E Season 2. It's Razer Week here to start things all off, but it was Team Applejacks that ended up taking game number 1, and in a big way, too. We'll find out very shortly exactly how many points they put on, but it had to be a hell of a lot, Tom. A hell of a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how many points they actually got. These guys were actually popping off pretty decently throughout the ALGS too. Saw some big individual plays, some big individual scores in terms of the kills leaderboards. So it kind of plays into their play style. And that was an interesting zone. It's pretty tough. You have to have a Gibraltar in that type of zone. You have to kind of work your way through. And there has to be a lot of great Wraith plays. You have to have an aggressive Wraith that's making really good portals, because there's a lot of different situations where that zone's going to bounce all over the place.
Yeah, and despite Team Cruelty coming in second place there, they did get 6 points. Team Applejacks got 14 kills throughout that game and only got 4th place. Team Cheez It, though, taking the first place dub, along with the 10 points, put them in the lead for now. It's a 3-point difference between them.